Hey, it's Clayton, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to make a man chase you, how to attract a man and position yourself as a valuable, sexy, desirable woman who's worthy of being chased by the guy that you desire. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. You can click the button right below this video, and if there's a question or a comment that you've got while you're watching it, please feel free to comment below. I will respond to as many as I can, and in some cases even make a video regarding your question. Now, the first secret that I've got for you on how to make a man chase you, I've borrowed from folks that have broken hearts. I've worked with a lot of individuals, a lot of women, a lot of men that have been broken up with, divorced, and what I've noticed is it's very easy for those people, those folks, to slide into another relationship very quickly, possibly prematurely. And from the outside, one can look at it and say, okay, well, what's going on there? Is it that, are they just a rebound? Are they a serial monogamist? Is it that they don't want to be alone, so they're just jumping into another relationship? And all those things may or may not be true. But if we write it off and we don't slow down and actually look at what's happening, what's making this person so sticky? What's making this person so sticky that they're able to just attract another person so quickly and jump into a relationship? Well, the concept that I believe is revealed here is this idea of creating a vacuum. So the first step to make a man chase you is to create a vacuum. And how you create a vacuum is by having your life set up in a way, both externally and internally, where you have room for another consciousness, another person's presence to enter. What we see in people that have been divorced or broken up with is that they have a life that now has a space. It's the silhouette of another person. Perhaps their house is set up where they have room for another person. Their time and their hobbies and their activities are set up where they've got space where they used to spend it with another person. And it can be very easy for another man or woman to come into their life and fit perfectly into place because their environment is set up for another person to enter. I've worked with coaching clients, women in the past, who have very busy lives. They work 60 hours a week. They're executives. They have very full calendars, and they want a relationship. Yet they're unwilling to coordinate and change their life in a way that allows space for a man or any downtime for a man to come into their life. So when, on a tactical level, if you've got a single bed, it might be time to upgrade to a queen. If you've got one comfy chair in your living room, it might be time to upgrade and get two chairs. If you got one table, the dining room table, get two chairs rather than one. Set your environment up, set your time up so you can make it easy for someone to come into your life and for life to work, rather than having to make these big shifts where suddenly it feels like your identity is under threat to be in a relationship with another person. One of the biggest complaints I hear from women who are single and wanting a guy to chase them is they are unwilling to give up the identity that comes along with having a full life, of being fiercely independent, of being fiercely successful. And see, maybe you don't have to give up your independence. Maybe you don't have to give up your success, and you can still have some room in your environment for a man to come in and feel like you've got time for him, feel like he's important enough for you. This next concept is the internal vacuum. And that internal vacuum comes from your heart. When someone's broken up with, they have an open heart. They're extremely, typically, connected to themselves. They're connected to the way that they feel. They're very introspective. And life is like a tragic poem. And it's that romanticism, it's that belief in love, it's that deep feeling that magnetically draws people to you. And in some cases, I'm sure, people are attracted to someone that feels like they need fixing or need saving, and sometimes relationships happen that way. But on the positive side of things, I would say that a woman with an open heart, a woman that has space in her heart for another man to penetrate her emotionally, is very attractive and very worthy of chasing, because within her heart, she holds a space for another man to enter her, and she can be impacted and influenced by him, and she can influence and impact him, and guys smell that, guys can see that, and it allows a man to see a vision of himself with you when these internal and external spaces are created. This next concept number 2, is allow yourself to be impacted. Allowing yourself to be impacted by anybody in your life is one of the greatest gifts that you can give anybody. I'm a firm believer that at the core of our identities, we all want to matter. We all want to know that we exist. And what better affirmation to know that we exist than to see the impact that we have on others, to see the impact that our existence has on others. So as a woman, when you can open yourself up to be influenced by the man that you desire, to be impacted mentally, emotionally by him, and to be able to clearly communicate to him that you feel you're being impacted and the effect that it's having on you, it's a major compliment. And on the guy side, what he experiences is this crazy, wild phenomena of feeling seen, of feeling gotten, of feeling like there's value that he has and is able to give you. And any man wants that. Any man wants to feel like they can have an effect on the partner they're with. There's nothing more of a turnoff than feeling like there's no room, again, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, physically, for you in the other person's life. So allowing yourself to be impacted and influenced by the guy that you're with, by maybe his stories, by his character, by the things that you respect about him, and being able to openly communicate that to him is a compliment. It doesn't come across desperate. It just shows that you've got a keen eye, and that you are perceptive, and that you're vulnerable, and that you have a high enough self-esteem to be able to give somebody a deep compliment, which communicates a lot about you and positions you as a woman that is worthy of being chased. This is also true if we put the shoe on the other foot as well, of allowing yourself to put something at risk in the interactions with him. And what that means is making sure you're giving him the chance to be impacted by you. So what I'm curious about when I'm on dates with women is, what is it about them that makes them them? What are they proud of? What are some of the challenges that they've overcome in the past that have sculpted who they are and how they see the world? And what have they learned? What are some things that they really value? What is life about for them? And the more that you feel comfortable revealing these types of things and bringing that part of your psychology that we so often hide from people until we feel like we've got to get to know them so well, you show up as someone who's confident. You show up as someone who is got a core level of self-esteem and confidence that is just really attractive, because then the guy begins to not only respect you, but he begins to be able to see your courage, and he can also begin to see that you are a real person and that you actually set yourself apart from all the other women that he's dating who are just so obsessed with playing the game right and perhaps going on interview-style dates and not really putting anything at risk, not really putting themselves into the interaction. The next tip on how to make a man chase you is to give him the green light while maintaining solid boundaries. So this is actually a play of two opposites that create this cocktail of magnetic attraction in your dynamic with him. And I'll go into what each one means. So when you're able to give the green light to a guy, what you do is you relieve him of the doubt that he might not get you. You relieve him of the accusation inside of his mind that he's not good enough. Men are incredibly fearful of not being good enough, and they are not going to pursue a woman that they don't feel they have a chance of being able to catch. So giving the man the green light is smiling, it's being flirtatious, it's expressing your interest, it's expressing your respect towards him, being playful in the sense that you are teasing him and that you are allowing the little girl to come out on your dates with him, to where he gets to see the authentic, real you that's underneath the adult that tries to act like she's got it all together. And that's sexy. Men want to see that. Men respect a strong woman but they fall in love with the little girl side of you because it's the side of you that they want to protect. It's the side of you that they want to love and give unconditional love to. And it's the side of you that they really begin to see a future with. Now, this green light also has to be balanced with your ability to have strong boundaries as well. And having strong boundaries means having boundaries around when you sleep with a guy, having boundaries around how you will allow yourself to be talked to, having boundaries around the things that you do on first dates, the ways that you live your life, your opinions, the values that you honor that allow you to respect yourself. Because see, when you've got these strong boundaries and you know clearly who you are and you have integrity around them, it actually allows you to be more playful. It allows you to be more flirtatious, to be sexy, to be sensual, and to have fun with the guy in a way where you feel safe. Because you feel safe because you know that you will uphold these boundaries. And within the container, right, within the container of your boundaries, you can be as sexy and playful and flirtatious as you want, knowing where the line is for yourself. The women that I come across that have the hardest time being sexy and flirtatious and completely relaxed and comfortable are the ones that actually don't know their boundaries. And it's that lack of boundaries that cause them to feel unsafe in their interactions with men because they secretly don't know whether they would be able to draw the boundaries if they were in a situation and they got pushed too far. Or they don't know really how the guy is going to react if they put the boundary up. And they're putting the man's reaction to them as a priority over their own self-respect, which actually doesn't create an environment or a territory for them to be super playful and flirtatious and sexy and charming and relaxed. Think about how you are with your friends. Think about how you are with the women in your life that you love. I'm sure you probably very cool, very comfortable, very funny. And one of the things that allows you to do that is you really just know who you are with them and you know where you stand with them. And so when you can bring that dynamic of knowing who you are, knowing what you stand for, having values around yourself in the dating context, it allows you to be more comfortable. You create that territory for you to be more authentic in these interactions with the men that you date, and ultimately give them a clearer view much more quickly into who you are and just how cool of a woman you are that is worthy of being chased and desired.